discuss about the topic symmetry. Okay, what is symmetry? Symmetry means if we cut into at the center point, they will get two equal parts. That is the symmetry. Okay, if anything we take, if we take anything, if we cut into two pieces, equal parts, if we get equal parts, that is the symmetry. Okay, in animals, that is the balanced distribution of paired body parts is called symmetry. Means in the center point, if we take cut into in the center point, the equal parts, we will get the equal parts, that is the symmetry. Okay, here there are two types of symmetry are there, asymmetry and symmetry. Asymmetry means no symmetry is present, means they does not give equal parts to two sides. Okay, like here any plane passing through the center of the body, if we cut the in the center point also, they does not get the equal parts. Okay, here we can take the examples of sponges and adult gastropods. In them they didn't get the equal body parts. Next is symmetry. What is symmetry? Regular arrangement of body parts in a geometrical design. Means they are arranged, if we in the center point, they are arranged, the body parts arranged in a geometrical line axis, that is the symmetry. Okay, again the symmetry, there are two types. What are they? Radial symmetry and the bilateral symmetry. Radial symmetry means when any plane passing through the central axis of the body, they will get equal identical body parts. Then that is called as a radial symmetry. Like in cnidarians, they are diploblastics. Then in them we can see the radial symmetry. Okay, like Hydra. Here they live in water and respond equally to stimuli. Means mostly the cnidarians, they live in water. So in the water they respond to stimuli in all directions. So that is the, in them the radial symmetry is the advantage to that Hydra and cnidarians. Okay, mostly they are sessile and slow moving animals. Even though they are that is the advantage for the cnidarians of the radial symmetry. Okay, here triploblastic animals like echinodermates, they shows the pentamerous radial symmetry. Starfish, okay, starfish they have 5 pentagonal, even they shows the pentamerous radial symmetry. Okay, now bilateral symmetry. Bilateral, if we take only one plane that passes through the central axis, okay, it is the bilateral. If we cut in the center point, if we take the center point, they will get two identical body parts, that is the bilateral symmetry. Example, triploblast and gastropods. Okay, here they have some advantages, some uses. What are the uses? They seeking of food. The bilaterians, these bilaterians, because of bilaterian symmetry, they have some extra uses. What are they? Seeking of food and locating mates. And next, avoid or escaping from the predators. Predator means like they will catch and eat the other animals, so they can run. Okay, here they are the uses of bilateral symmetry. Next, cephalization. In them, most important one is cephalization. What is cephalization? Concentration of nerve and sensory cells at the anterior end. Means it is the anterior and that is the posterior. Anterior and posterior. In the anterior side, the nerve cells and sensory cells are present. They will they take the messages and they will respond to stimuli. So that is called as a cephalization. Cephalization is important in the bilateral symmetry. Okay. We discuss about the coelom. What is coelom? Coelom is the body cavity that is present inside the body. Okay, that word is coined by first Haeckel. Okay, he is the scientist, he coined the word coelom. Okay, what is the definition of coelom? That coelom is the body cavity, that is fluid filled space between the body wall and visceral organs. What are visceral organs? Organs which are present inside the body cavity are called visceral organs. and that is lined by mesodermal epithelium. Okay, means the inside the organs are covered by mesodermal epithelium, and that space is filled with fluid. So that is the coelom. Okay, here two types of coelomates are present. That is acoelomates and acoelomates, pseudocoelomates and eucoelomates. Three types. Okay, acoelomates means in them the coelom is not present, body cavity is not present. Here we can see that only ectoderm and endoderm is present. Here only mesenchyme is present, no mesoderm is present. Okay, in the example platyhelminths. In the pseudocoelomates, body cavity, pseudocoelomates means a false coelom. Here body cavity is not lined by mesodermal epithelium. If lined by mesodermal epithelium, then only that is the true coelom. But here in the pseudocoelomates, body cavity is not lined by mesodermal epithelium. Example, nematodes. Okay, in them blastocele is filled with the pseudocoelomic fluid that contains pseudocoelomic fluid. Okay, here that is worked as a hydrostatic skeleton. Okay, next they also shows the tube within tube organization. First we can see this tube within tube organization in the nematodes. Now eucoelomates. In eucoelomates, fluid filled cavity between the body wall and visceral organs. Inside organs are called visceral organs. The body cavity, the body wall and the visceral organs between the place is filled with fluid. Okay, here they are lined by mesodermal epithelium. In them, in the pseudocoelomates, no mesodermal epithelium is present, but here they are covered by mesodermal epithelium. So it is the eucoelomates are contain true coelom. Here they contain two layers, parietal peritoneum and visceral peritoneum. Parietal means in the body wall, inside the body wall, the body wall is called as parietal peritoneum, and the visceral peritoneum means the organs, visceral organs covered by layer is called as a visceral peritoneum. Okay, next we can see that in the annelids, they contain so many divisions. So they contain paired compartments. In each compartment they contain visceral organs, okay, dorsally and ventrally. Here in the vertebrates, kidneys, they are covered by parietal peritoneum. Okay, here they are present in the ventral side only. Okay, that is called as retroperitoneum. Now, third one is eucoelomates. Again, the eucoelomates, they are two types, schizocoelom and enterocoelom. In the schizocoelom, they are formed by splitting of mesoderm. Okay, in the eucoelomates already we discussed that they contain mesoderm. Okay, here in the schizocoelom, they are formed by splitting of mesoderm. Okay, in the Annelida, Arthropoda, mollusca, we can see the schizocoelom. Okay, in the enterocoelom, they are formed from mesodermal pouches of Archenteron. Archenteron means they are Archenteron, that is formed by pouches. Okay, we can see that in the echinoderms, hemichordates and chordates.